In 1900, Australia was considered a place of egalitarianism and freedom, a land of opportunity for many who arrived on its shores. By 1900, the new colony was shaping itself and comparatively different to Britain, which was still dominated by a rigid class system. The new land down under had developed into a place where people would come and start again, and was attracting many working immigrants and free settlers, a land of opportunity. Despite this, there were many great inequalities that remained, and much work was needed to be done in regards to addressing inequality. The working class experienced low wages, long hours, and dangerous working conditions. Women were subjugated and treated as second-class citizens compared to males. Non-European immigrants were treated with contempt and racial prejudice and discrimination. The years between 1900 and World War I were formative for Australia, as the government addressed some of these key social issues. At this time, these new policies were revolutionary, and Australia was one of the first nations to implement many laws that addressed inequality, such as basic wage laws and suffrage. The Conciliation and Arbitration Court was established to deal with workers' and employers' disputes, with a goal to ensure that workers were being treated fairly. This court came up with a concept known as the basic wage. The government started to tax companies more heavily if they did not pay a basic minimum wage to their workers. In 1908, the Sunshine Harvester Company were accused of not paying their workers a reasonable wage. Until this time, factory owners and workplaces could pay their workers the amount that they could afford, not taking into consideration that the people had families to support. Justice Higgins ruled that a wage should support a male to live and support his wife and 3 children in reasonable comfort. This made it mandatory for workers to pay 7 shillings per day. This was revolutionary for the time. In fact, it was a world first. Unfortunately, this law only applied to white men, and it was not until much later that unions fought for women and other ethnicities to receive the same rights. The Invalid and Old Age Pensions Act of 1908 removed the need for the elderly to rely on their family, friends, church, or government asylums for support. Instead, it paid people over the age of 65 £26 per year and gave them a degree of security. Interestingly, this paid women from the age of 60 and men over the age of 65, but at the time, the average life expectancy for men was 55 and for women 59. Women in Australia received the right to vote and stand for federal parliament in 1902. New Zealand was the first nation to grant women suffrage 9 years prior. Australia was the second in the world. Another way that women's roles changed significantly in Australia was through the events of World War I, which meant that women were often left to work and take many other roles while their husbands, fathers, and brothers fought overseas. After the World War, women's roles and rights increased more so. As mentioned, Australians had a long way to go with reform before one could say that it was a truly egalitarian society, but these early laws were a great start.